You're listening to Real Talk with Hugh Maddox, out now on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Let's roll this shit.
Yeah. Let's take it there. Yo, Muhammad said don't count the days, make the days count. So fuck that overthinking, fuck that same route. I'm trying to find new ways to build the same house. In foreclosure, I fly away when I'm spaced out. I wonder if that man really walked on the moon, or if at the Neverland it's a pair of his shoes. The Jimi Hendrix afro, but don't play with my blues. Chrome heart rings with 10 of the man is my move. I was quick to learn people, then I got patient. What if I said I heard the things that they was not saying? You gotta drop that music or it told you stop playing. Or like a vision is large telling me stop waiting.
Yo, welcome to Real Talk with Hugh Maddox, Season 3, Episode 1. We got a special guest. I'll introduce him.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Dub Aura, all the way from Harlem World, Harlem,
Yes.
UK. Let's get it popping, man. You know
Yes,
what's going on.
sir. Yes, sir. Always a pleasure, man. How you doing, B? So most of the folks in the UK, they ain't in the Bronx music, but I know there are a couple of people I know who just love your shit, But for the people, the
Yeah,
randos, how would you introduce yourself, man?
I mean, my name is Dub Aura. I'm from Harlem. For those that's familiar with the geographical aspect, I'm from the west side of Harlem, downtown. I'm from 122nd and 7th Avenue. I've been at this for a while now, and it's something that I love. It's something that I attacked first as a hobby, and then I fell in love with it. It was something that my family did early on, and I later on learned that my dad used to rap, and then I kind of picked it up from my older cousin. So it's something. Hip hop is my lifestyle. And the music is very much so parallel to my real life, and you know we just out here, we putting it together, we trying to do some innovative things and break the barriers and
Yeah,
push
man.
and keep it moving.
Man, I just love your shit. Like, no joke. I discovered you from YouTube, surprisingly, not even Spotify, SoundCloud, or
Yeah,
anything. I was just scrolling on, finding new tracks, because
yeah.
that's what I do, man. And I just came across yours, like, dang, man, which track was it that I was like, dang, man? It was an old one as well. It was like
Hot
3 years
97
old.
was
It wasn't even
Yeah.
like, it was 3 years old, man. Uh, I think it was from your album, Fate, All I Know. It came out, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely from
Maybe
the album.
was it
It got a music video. All I know is
was it
that.
the flow?
Oh yeah. So I
Yeah,
saw
all I
that.
is a song called All I Know.
Yeah. When I saw that on YouTube, I'm like, bro, let me check him out even more. And then I'm like, man, he got his entire Spotify. He
Yeah,
got entire SoundCloud. This guy's cooking. Why?
yeah,
And then when I started asking my
yeah,
boys, they already knew you before me. I'm like, dang, man. Yo, I gotta get this guy, ask him about it. Cause man, when you did
yeah,
the Nipsey piece, I'm still running. And
yeah.
we will drop the other
Mm-hmm.
artist. You are really close and you did a feature for him as well, or he did a feature for you. But man is well known when it comes to New York and when it comes to Harlem specifically.
Yeah,
So, what has been your
yeah.
inspiration? I think my first question would be to lead you to this journey. Like, was it someone that got you? Was it a story? Something, you were like, you know what? I'm going to do this shit.
Well, like I said, I was I don't want to sound cliche, but you know how people say, I was raised around music, but
Yeah.
that's a real thing. And like I said, my dad used to rap, he used to DJ. I would see my cousin, my older cousin, come in the house at wee hours in the morning. And he had a deal when I was younger, and I would just see him doing like in-store signings and just coming in the house, like I said, playing the records. And it was something that I just picked up on as a hobby, and
Yeah.
like I said, I fell in love with it, and now what inspires me is just being able to get my thoughts out, and be creative with, what I'm thinking, and be the voice for voiceless. I have people that surround me that don't make music, and they want our story to be told. So it's definitely the stories. It's definitely, you know, I like I said, I just love it, and it's just a way for me. It's therapy for me, it's
Man, I
therapeutic, and
feel
it's a
you,
way for
man.
me to get out my mind.
I feel you on that, man. But the thing is, man, you come from a really like New York City as a whole. We got so many artists, like,
Yeah,
and it's a competition over there. You're in a specific music hotspot, and you're coming out, but you're still one of like, if I would say, one of the best MCs that I've heard from Harlem specifically.
thank you.
What made you keep on going, knowing that there's a lot of competition? Like Nas, you got a lot of people in New York, but you're still like, heck nah, I'm gonna do this.
Um, Honestly, like I be so much in my own shell that I don't really keep up with what people is doing. You know what I mean? Like, well, I won't say that. Don't misquote me. Like, I
Nah,
just
nah,
don't.
man, you do you. You say you.
No, but I do follow what's going on in the music. I
Yeah.
follow what people is doing in New York, but I'm so much on my path that I don't I don't let anybody else's process, like dictate where I should be or how I should move or
Oh
anything
yeah.
like that. So, I just like I said, for me, the music is personal, and my whole approach and this run that I'm on and this run that I've been on is personal. It has nothing to do with the competition that's here, the competition that's there. Like I like what everybody's doing out here, but for me, it's just like I
Man, I
said, it's
feel
just
you, man. And that's why I think you're ahead than most people, who are
yeah,
still started with you or started before you. They're still, searching for that moment, but you're getting there because you're just staying
yeah,
true to yourself. And I know,
definitely,
it all has been tough for an artist specifically last year because how the industry runs. And even Joe Budden
yeah,
reported this on his podcast. I heard about that. Like, man, y'all just getting tighter, closed down, like nowhere to
yeah,
do your gigs, nowhere to do touring. So how have you
yeah.
been finding this new age that we're in as an artist?
Um, Honestly, I just been learning. I took a lot of time there's pros and cons to the whole, pandemic for
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean? Like I took a lot of time to kind of step back from, what's going on and kind of take a breather and understand the business and understand, you know, what I want my music to sound like, how I want it to be perceived and, things like that. So, it did affect things like shows and pop shops and then we got to be particular with who we go to the studio with and things like that, but it definitely helped me. I would say like this is like the best uh position that I've been in musically in a long time,
So I'm
and I
what I'm
think
yeah, what I'm getting it's a blessing. It has been a blessing so far.
yeah, it has been a blessing as I mean, for me, I can only speak for
Yeah,
me,
man. I
like
get
I,
it.
I
I
took
get it.
I took this time just to pretty much like hone my skill even more, and learn the things that, when the world was open, we were so much on the fly. We going to this place, we going to this place, and we just out here running and
Yeah.
running. And now that everything is kind of like closed down, we could step back and say, you know what? This is what we need to be doing. Let's smack them around. Let's put these songs out, put the music out. But let's figure out what we need to be doing on the back end.
Man, I feel you. That's like a straight up answer, man. Staying true to who you are and not giving up. I feel like you just adapted your game. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
you've been
definitely.
taking out some really good bangers as well. Like, what are we saying? We go to your YouTube, you got like songs coming out. Like, you did one with Dave East. Like,
Yeah.
dang, how did that happen? Like, even that's a
Shout out.
bang.
Yeah, shout out to Dave. Me and Dave, like we kind of came up at the same time, like there's this circuit in New York, well it was when the world was open, and you got the SOBs, you got the Santos that used to be open, you have Webster Hall, a bunch of these venues where they would do these showcases for the new artists in New York. And I remember like, vividly like one of the if I could think back as far as like me and Dave's like that moment. Like I knew Dave before this moment, but when I think back, it's like Source did a unsigned like Harlem showcase, and
Yeah.
they had me, Dave, and and I remember people like, yo, Dub and Dave is like the standout people from this show. And but that's my boy. We always maintained a tight relationship, and the record was pretty easy. Like, yeah, the record was pretty easy. We got about 10, 11 records, you know what I'm saying? And it's just that last one, I'm just like, yo, you know what? I'm about to flood. I'm about to put something out. I'm gonna send you this. And he sent the verse back maybe like a day. It was really nothing
Man,
that was, yeah, it was nothing
man, I
too,
saw the
it
music
was,
video, right? I'm like, damn, motherfuckers making lockdown look nothing. Dang, man,
yeah.
it was fire.
And
Like,
it's so crazy. Like I said, even with like I said, we got 10, 11 records, and Dave is like, yo, man, we gonna put this out. When we gonna do this out? Like there was talks about us doing an EP. Like we work so much that that would be the easy thing. But I remember like vividly, like I said, like the day of the video shoot, we were shooting a video. He's like, nigga, about time, like about time we shoot something, we put something
oh
out. Like
man.
people know that we mess with each other, but we finally going to put it in front of the world and give them some music that they can listen to and watch.
Man, it's not even about Dave, man. You've been just working around great people. Like I've heard, I thought I saw it in an article about you. I found out online that you work with Jim Jones. Is that even true?
Yeah, definitely. Jim is another one. Like Jim is one of my homies, and you know, for what they did for Harlem alone, like that's
Yeah,
almost surreal to me to have him acknowledge me and respect what I do. And that pretty much was like he had reached out to me. He was doing a Harlem project where he wanted to showcase the new talent and mix it with like the Camerons, the Jewels, the ASAP mobs, and he kind of wanted to mesh the new talent that he believed in. And he was like, "Yo, I'm trying to do this project, and everybody is saying your name. Like, yo, call me." So that's kind of how it happened. And then, excuse me, we got up in the studio. We went to Heat Maker Studio and did a bunch of records,
yeah.
and we maintain that relationship. Like that's my bro. He like anytime he tells me like, yo, any knowledge that you need, anything, like bro, I'm here. Like what I'm saying.
Man, you
So
got well connects. You got the well connects, man. And it's, I mean, they already know it because, man, I can list tracks like Notorious, 97 Freestyle, still running.
yeah,
Like, you got
yeah,
tracks like East to West, don't forget that. And
yeah,
even New Ways that we played right now. All of them are hits, man. And the thing
yeah.
about you
Thank
is,
you.
like, you keep it true to where you
Yeah,
are. Like, when I picked your track, it's not someone pretending to be mumbling or someone else. He just
nah,
like Dave, you know how Dave keeps it pure New York, you're keeping it pure
yeah,
Harlem. And I was like,
yeah,
shit, man, I miss that. Because you only
yeah,
have to go old tracks to find good, the tone that used to be back in the day. But you're keeping it
yeah.
alive. And you got the
Yeah,
connected.
and I think that's I was raised in that era, like musically, like that's the music that I fell in love with, So I guess naturally, I'm pretty much a reflection of that era, But I still like to make it, new where it's not dated, and still find new ways to uh keep this same energy, that
Yeah.
golden era hip hop feel, because that's that's not like a gimmick. I'm not trying to rap like anybody from the 90s. This is
No,
really
you
who I am.
keeping
It's
it
the
real, man. That's what I'm saying. You keeping it 100
Yeah,
you. Like your sound is your sound. People
but
won't
I try to
relate to
find new
it.
ways to.
Yeah. And the
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
production, man.
Yeah,
Dang. Like
yeah,
how long do you spend at the studio just cooking up tracks like these? Like what's the process like for a
yeah.
brother
It's
like
it's
you?
it's 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 countless hours. Like I literally left the studio at 5 in the morning this morning. I'm in the studio now. I have a session after this session, so it's countless hours. But for me, I kind of let the production speak to me, and I reiterate the thoughts and the things that I hear. So it's not like a premeditated thing. I go in there and just whatever I'm feeling, I just let it out.
Man, like sometimes does it happen just naturally, like you're doing a freestyle and then you're like, boy, this shit is fire, let's do it, like you just
Yeah,
throw it
that
out.
that that just happened to me yesterday. Actually,
Oh,
like
word?
like
Oh
yeah,
man.
I did a new record, and I laid it, and then I listened back to it, and I'm like, damn, this shit is crazy, and I kind of I don't write the raps down anymore, so it's pretty much like it's all like on the fly,
Oh
comes from
man.
here. So, being able to listen to it once everything, I done got my rest, I wake up and I listen to it with a fresh ear. It's like, wow, this is crazy. I could curse on it.
Yeah, yeah, go, man.
Oh, I just making
Yeah,
sure I
yeah,
didn't,
man. I mean,
yeah.
I said motherfucker, man. Do I give a shit? Man, but that's the thing, man. You got all these great tracks. Now I'm gonna be a little bit gonna put you on the line, but which one is your prize pony? Like, who would you
uh,
take and show it to the world? I'm like, yo, check this string out.
um,
Everyone got a prize
what you
pony.
mean as far as what?
Like, like this is my
Uh,
number one track. Like, Drake can bring up his track, Game can bring up his track, any artist bring up their own representing sound.
my
I know,
damn.
like your
Honestly,
songs are your babies. You can't like choose over the other. But if you would
yeah,
have
yeah.
to
It's
pick
hard.
one,
It's hard to pick one, but if I had to, I think I would say New Waves, and
mm,
I would say that because of like I said, it's hard to pick one, but for New Waves, I think it introduced this this new perspective that I have on approaching music.
yeah,
Like if you listen to the older records, um, it's somewhat of a difference. I didn't alienate the sound and the foundation that I built
yeah,
prior, but at the same time, it's like I have real things that I'm feeling, real things that I'm seeing, and emotions that's attached to these things. So it's pretty much a display of that. And you know, I didn't put a visual out in a long time, and New Waves was pretty organic. I laid this record. I had my cameraman in the studio with me, and I even said on the song like, "Yo, let's shoot it right now." You get what I'm saying? And
yeah, man.
it kind of happened organically. Like shot the video in the studio, and the reaction from the people was like, "Okay, they get it, and they're understanding." Where I'm coming from with this, and this is just where I'm at right now in life with music. So right now, I would just say New Waves is the one that's like
Man,
my
speaking of
prized
man, speaking
possession.
man, man, this new wave, man, you're one of the new waves of the East Coast music, if I'm saying anything. But what has
Yeah,
you've been around
thank
in
you.
this game for a
Yeah.
while now, and you've seen it develop from where it was to where it's at now. How would you say it has changed in the
Hmm.
area you're at? Like, has it changed for the better? Is it like you got to give it time? It's getting there. Like, how would you say it? Because you're from there, because you can comment on this.
I mean, are we talking about business or are we just
Like just
talking
music, the
musically?
sound, man, the sound.
Because
Like is East
the
Coast,
sound definitely
yeah,
changed.
because
Like
everyone was
we,
like East Side, man, East Side, West Side. Then you got the South, Atlanta coming up. But now people tend to forget a little bit about New York sound and how good it was. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I think the lines are pretty blurred. And I kind of I blame the internet for that a little bit. Like
Ah,
New
blame
York
her,
had
man.
their sound, LA had their sound,
Man,
Detroit had
Takashi
their
is the
sound,
worst, man.
Houston.
Takashi, man. Fuck that guy, man. He
Come
ruined
on.
everything for y'all, man.
Look, so the lines are blurred. So, I think now with the internet, with Instagram, you can have somebody in Harlem that can listen to somebody from Houston and pull it up on demand, and be inspired by that, and maybe want to mirror that's like sonically want to mirror that sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would say it definitely changed. Like we don't have that traditional hip hop, or not hip hop, the traditional New York sound that we had. But like everything, we gotta evolve, and things.
Man, no, no, no. I
It's
ain't
like
gonna
a
lie. I ain't gonna
50,
lie.
50
Yeah. 50
rather.
still there. Games, I mean, Dave still has it. There are a couple of artists. Even you
No,
have
no,
a
most
glimpse. Yeah.
definitely. But what I'm saying with 50, 50 had said something one time in the interview. He said, the music is kind of like a big clock. Like everything is always gonna come back around. So I think right now, like that hip hop that we love and that we grew up on is not at the forefront of music right now. But you still have your artists out there that are staying true to that sound and the sound that they love. But it's like a big gumbo pot of everything right now.
Man, I can feel you, man. Man, New York at the golden age. Like, who would have thought New York was there and now Atlanta's popping up? How do you
Yeah,
feel about the Atlanta sound from your
I
an
like
artist?
Atlanta. I like
Have you
Atlanta. You
how
know,
many
like
have
I'm
you
not.
been there? Like, have you enjoyed like the club life and all that?
Yeah, I'm actually going to Atlanta this month. But yeah, we went out there. Like I went to Atlanta recently just to feel that energy. You know, like as much as I love
Yeah.
the golden era uh music, the golden era sound of Atlanta. I want to go there and make music that they'll love in Atlanta. I want to go to LA and make music they can love in LA and wherever. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I I love it, man. Like I like a bunch of Atlanta artists. I got a cousin that's in Atlanta. He works with a bunch of them. So all the new guys, he'll put me on. Like, yo, you got your New York sound. He got the Atlanta. Let's mesh it and let's do something crazy. So I
Man,
love it,
hey
man. I
man,
don't.
that's positivity right there, man. Most people can't say that. It's like competition, all the time.
Yeah,
Back in the day, it was a big competition, but how is like the I wouldn't say beef culture, but yeah, beef. Are people still getting into beefs? I know you hear big names getting, but even on the local level, have you been
yeah.
seeing
I mean,
beef
I don't
around?
know. Like I don't really get involved with that. Like I don't know what a lot of people got going on with their records and stuff. Like my only concern is the people that surround me and what we got to do and our next thing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really feed into that
Yeah,
because
man.
it's like why get into this music if you're gonna be still doing the shit that you was doing in the street? It don't make no sense. You
All right,
know, it's
man.
like
Man, I get that. And before I ask my next question, it is related to that question, and we'll just play a song just to kick that next question. So here it
mhm.
goes.
DU, Aura, Pablo. What's up, nigga? Uh. If you think you can rap with me, that shit blasphemy. Go ask them niggas that bag the packs with me, that's a factory. A trapper slash athlete, fuck who was jacking me. The bitches used to laugh at me till I tripled my salary. A natural born killer, looked up to Mickey and Mallory. Knock him off deep in Gaddafi, I'm talking tragedy. Compare yourself to me, cause in your back they put a battery. Like the Energizer Bunny, we just enterprising money. Honestly, actually, Nipsey forever, victory lapping these. Nigga please, shots fire, blood flooding your dungarees. And that's just the half of my warpath. Laugh now, cry later, I rhyme greater. Any demon in my past, I know that I could confront it. When I die, I pray that I could get blunted. We used to slide over nothing. Times was hard, you lose your life for 100. We got the drop, I heard he chillin', got him right where I want him. Now we cashing checks, homie, I'm back in effect like Dazzy Fex. You ain't fly till you could say you had a jet. You only still alive because you had a vest. You claim you had a heart, fuck it, I had a neck. If we talking like the 90s, I get mad respect. I'm a destroyer like Joe Hammond. 100 Giffies, he moving quickly, the bro scamming. UCLA, I made plays in Cali like Ed O'Bannon. Plug landed, brought that tannin, celebrated, ordered salmon.
I feel like young Dion is prime time when I'm scrambling. And you could play the field, but it's only one Peyton Manning. You could probably see my future with all the shit that my hands in. And it's the flow that got him to panic. I'm hard to manage, nigga. I done managed to stay dry through another storm. And I done set myself on fire to keep others warm. I spring through in that new Virgil shit that come and fall. I learned the game from all them days I was under boss.
Man, those bars. I mean, forget Dave, man. Did you hit this, man? And that's my question, man. I know you know so many great artists. You're a great artist yourself. But who
Thank
are
you.
you? Who is your next target? Who are you collabing with next? Or who do you want people to collab with you? If you know UK peeps, you can even shout them out because people in the UK know you.
Um, hmm. I mean, as far as like on my end, I would say like somebody that I always wanted to work with is Fab.
Oh
Um,
man, that would work really good.
yeah, like Fab, J-Kiss, of course. Um, hmm. This probably like I'm not sure. You ever heard of Lucky Day? He does R&B. He's an R&B artist. I'm
Yeah.
not sure where he's from, but he's one of my favorites too. Uh, man, I mean, damn, I'm trying to think. Somebody from the UK. Hmm.
Man, if you know
I gotta
UK
think
sound, man,
you might gotta throw me some there. I know
I'm just
UK
saying,
sound.
I'm just
It's, I
saying,
like gigs. I like
man, for you specifically, I don't know. We might say Octavian might work really well because he's going to bring some crazy shit, and then you're going to carry that. He's going to bring the chorus, and you're going to take the lyrics. Or I can see Skepta. I don't know. He works really well with people from New
yeah,
York.
I like Skepta
I
a lot.
I don't
Skepta,
know.
yeah, Skepta is close with my man Rocky. Like me and Rocky have a tight relationship, and I know I actually was introduced to Skepta's music through Rocky,
Yeah.
and I like Skepta a lot.
Man,
I
I
do
see
like him.
you and Skepta a lot. Like, dang. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know,
that'd
the
be dope.
London and New York, like New York feeling. It's like a connect
Yeah,
on its own. People forget that.
yeah,
But
that'd be
most
dope, man.
definitely, man, that could work. I don't know. I can see you with Cameron. I don't know if he's still working, retired, whatever. But
Oh yeah, the crazy thing is that people don't notice. I got so many records with Cam that the world never heard.
get that
Yeah, like
shit out, man. What?
I actually don't have them. I gotta spam Cam's DM or his comments or
Fuck,
something and tell him to
man.
put it out. He got all the records, but they pretty dope, man. And I want to say that they're all produced by Arab Music. I want to say that.
Yo,
Like
fuck,
I
man.
know for sure that at least 5 of them is produced by Arab.
Man, see,
Yep.
I was
That's
just
actually
saying
how I met
Cameron.
Arab.
I was just saying Cameron. And motherfucker actually has done it, man. Kudos to
Yeah,
you,
word,
bro. He's already been
word.
kicking, man. He's already been
Word. Nah,
kicking.
we working, man. Like that's the thing. Like, you know, this journey is it's been a long one. We still got a long way to go, but I've been fortunate enough to have people in those positions that,
Yeah,
acknowledge me and respect me for what I do. And, you know, it's a blessing.
man, it's a privilege as well, man, because you've been
Yeah.
just grinding and now you're getting the dubs. Each day I'm seeing just dubs. And I guess maybe that's why you named yourself Dub Aura, because, you've been getting the dub, man. For real, man. But I,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's so many artists I can see you working with. Even Isaiah Rashard.
I
I
like
don't know
Isaiah Rashad.
I don't know what he's up to nowadays. He's been on the down low, but when he got his songs cooking up, I don't know. You and him can gel really well.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Like I'm down to do everything. Like I don't want to stick to one sound. Like I want to experiment with different pockets and different sounds and create an experience. I want it to feel like something.
Yeah,
Or so I'm with all that.
man. When can we expect Dub Aura to be touring? To be, I'll be a little bit more selfish coming to the UK and showing the audience more love over here as well, man. Yeah, I'll kind of be selfish about that as well.
I mean,
Cause
soon as the world opens up, man, like I want to come out there bad. I actually, SAS is they my homeboys too. They from out there. They used to work with Kim and Dipset, and
yeah,
when they come to New York, they hit me every time. So it would be the same way. But whenever the world opens, man, I want to come out there bad. Like I would love it. And just to absorb the whole hip hop scene and everything that's going on out there sonically. Um,
yeah.
I would love to come out there.
Man, that's dope to know. But America, I don't know. You got Biden now over there, and he might
Yeah.
announce a lockdown. So
Mhm.
it's gonna. I don't know about Cuomo, cause that
Yeah.
brother just runs on his own story. I love him,
Yeah.
but hey, man, Cuomo got. So it's gonna be a while. But when it happens, man, it's gonna be a glorious day. I like.
Nah, yeah, I'll definitely be there. Make sure I hit you. Like, yo, man, we in the UK, we out here, man.
And for sure, it will be a pleasure, man. But I know, like,
Yeah.
man, when Joe said this, like Joe Budden, he was like, if they open 2021, summer's gonna be one crazy motherfucker.
Oh,
Everyone's
it's
just
gonna be
gonna
the
go
best summer
crazy.
we
It's
ever
gonna
had.
exactly. It's gonna
It's
be the
gonna be one
best.
of the best ones we ever had.
Oh man, world tours and all that, man. So what
Yeah,
is
like
the
it's great.
so what is the life of Dub Aura? That's I think where my question leads. What
Mhm.
is Dub besides the music? Like, what else are you into? Sports? I don't know, man. I'm just asking the
Yeah, I
question.
mean, I'm just a creative, Like I
Yeah, I
like
get
to
that.
create, whether it doesn't have to be music. Like a lot of people don't know that I have like one of my best friends. He has a clothing line. I designed his clothing line. That's things
Oh
that people
shit,
don't
man.
know. 90% of the, not 90, well, like I want to say about 75% of the videos that y'all have seen, I've edited, like my artwork I've done, so there's so many different things that, that so many hats that I can wear, but music is is first, but yeah, I'm into sports, I like, recently I just
Yeah.
got back on Grand Theft Auto. I've been online all day doing heists for 17 hours and shit. But yeah, a bunch of different things, man. Like I'm into fashion, I like fashion. I like reading, like when I was younger, I really didn't care. Like I was asleep in the classrooms.
Oh
I
man.
was man, but yeah, but now like I have this newfound love for reading, like self-help books and things like that. Anything that can, sharpen the mind and
Man, that's beautiful,
help
man.
me, give me
Man,
type of
most
insight.
That's beautiful, man. Most artists cannot say that. I think the most important question would be, since you're from New York, there are two teams in the New York, and I know both of them right now in the NBA are doing
I'm going with the
amazing.
Knicks, man.
Hey,
You ain't even gotta finish
he
your
said
question. I'm
Knicks.
going with the Knicks.
What? Even when you got KD in the Bronx, you got Kyrie, you got now the Fat Man Harden as
Yeah,
well, man.
but
Hey, yo, Julius Randle.
yeah,
Hey,
Fat Harden.
man, he doing well. I'm even
Yeah, he been
surprised.
going crazy, man. He been going
Man,
crazy, man.
man, I'm
I
a
wish I
Giants
could go
fan.
to a Garden game right now so bad,
Man, that's
but
crazy, man.
you know,
I'm not a
but
Knicks fan,
I'm
man,
Knicks,
but
man. I'm
still,
gonna stay down with my guys.
man, you like Spike Lee then. You're not giving up. You ain't giving up, man. I would give
We
up a
got that hometown pride, man. We gonna stick with ours, man. We gonna, it might be
man.
tough, but we gonna get there eventually.
Man, I know the Giants were this
Hopefully.
close as well, man. If you follow like the NFL, I mean, New
Yeah,
York's
I don't
cooking
really
up
watch
now.
football too much. Like I know what I know about football, but I don't follow it too much.
Yeah, man. That's like shit,
Yeah,
man.
but I'm
New
gonna go
York's
Knicks
coming
and
up.
Giants, man.
Man, I mean, New York's coming up. People don't know. Yankees cooking. Mets are cooking.
Yeah,
Mets are
yeah.
man. Don't get me even started on the Mets. Wow, they're getting. They got the trade. They got ridiculously good. And wow,
Yeah,
man, it's just like
yeah.
shit, man. So, so if you're a creative, like, how much are you in the process of your own? You people get these photographers, videographers, they do all the production for the music videos. Your music videos look sick on its own. So I'm going to just
Yeah,
ask,
thank
how much are you in it since you're a creative? How much are you involving yourself through the process?
you. All the way, like every step of the way. Like if my cameraman was here, he'll tell you. I, I'm super particular about how my brand is being represented. So whether that be artwork, whether that be visuals, whether that be in a studio, like my engineer as well, like he can tell you, I'm super particular. Yo, I want my vocals to cut through the record this way. I want the visual to look this way. Everything, like I'm super hands-on because like I said, I want a certain emotion and I want a certain reaction. And I know that I can get it, but it's just a certain way of going about it. So, I'm super particular about that.
Man, okay,
And I've always
man,
been the
that's
type of
dope, man.
person like I've always been the type of person like I would rather like fail with my ideas than fail with somebody else's. So, my cameraman may not see exactly what I'm seeing. And if the world say, yo, that video is horrible, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah.
But if I know like this is what I saw, this is what I felt when I heard this record, I could live with that. Like, yo, this is me. You know what I mean? Like this is, so it kind of it comes from that as well.
So where did that confidence, if I would say, come from? Like, there's got to be an origin story for that. Like first day, like what moment kicked
Um,
in? You were like, I'm gonna do this shit my way.
um, I guess just me being a fan, of many things, whether, but let's say music, like just me being a fan. I used to watch things and we could use Dipset as an example. I used to watch their videos and get excited when I seen a new sneaker and get excited when I seen uh like just the way that they delivered everything. It was like, oh, like it used to get me excited, and I guess it kind of came from that, like knowing the reaction that I can get. You know what I'm saying? And I learned how to do everything on my own because of that. You know, I'm 12, 13 years old. Studio time was expensive.
Yeah.
I went and bought my own equipment to record in the house. Directors was charging 2,500 to shoot a video. I didn't have that, so I'm like, I went and bought my own little digital camera, and I'm shooting my own videos, which led to me learning how to edit and a bunch of things. So now it's like when I sit with engineers, when I sit with directors, I know how to speak their language because I know that it's possible because I know how to do it. I don't know everything. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know how to do a Spike Lee movie, but
Oh
you know,
man.
I
Hey.
can I pretty much know the basics of it, and I know that certain things is
Yeah.
possible because yeah.
I would ask this question. Have you met Spike? Because Spike is around New York like crazy.
Did I meet Spike? No, I never met Spike.
There
I
are
never
certain
met Spike.
people in New York you gotta meet one time in your life. You
Yeah,
know,
I never met
Spike is
Spike.
one of them. And then who was the other guy? He used to do show with some Kelly girl, but he passed away, Reese something. But yeah, even him when he
Uh,
were man, there are a lot of famous New Yorkers out there, and you're one
yeah,
of them.
super.
You're one of them. But when did that
Thank you.
moment kick in for you that you would just be like, "Mama, I made it. Mama, I just made it." You know, like there's gotta be that moment. Everyone
I
has that
honestly,
cliche
this
moment.
this is yeah. I can't say I made it yet. Like me personally, like I know how much further we have to go,
Yeah,
and I
humble man.
know, what that would feel like, and I can't say I made it. I know that we've came a long way and we're on the right path,
Yeah,
but I do have that moment where it's like, wow, like just seeing people's reaction to me, just seeing me, meeting me, and the acknowledgement, and like I bump into people and they like, yo, this song is crazy and it helped me through this, and I like somebody told me like they had cancer before, and my record Fate on my last project, it was like, yo, it just kept me level headed and it made me feel like this, and it
bruh.
made like that for me. That's what I do it for. You know what I mean? Like the money and everything is amazing, but I make music for myself, but to hear the reaction from people is amazing to me. Like I said, like the music is therapy for me, so it's just me getting my thoughts out, but I do articulate it in a way that's relatable for everybody. So a person that'll when I see a person resonate with my message or whatever my intention is, I'm like, it's reassurance for me, and we doing something right.
Man, that's like, you know what? You
Thank
know
you.
what? Yo, man, that's a good answer. That's a good answer right there. Man, but I'm saying this because I discovered you from another country. So you gotta be doing something right that
Yeah,
you got people who already know you before me, who even
yeah,
contacted you. So for me at least, I can say, even though man's gotta be humble, I know the universe works in mysterious ways. But man, it has been like, dang, man, this guy is getting there and he's like elevating every day. But
yeah.
it's just like, man, the future looks bright. I know 2020 has been just messed up, and 2021 is just like, I don't know what you see in your country, but it's gonna get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So, how would you say to keep young artists? Because I know a lot of young artists over here who are on the come up and they struggle. They just release one song, one this. Because, like you said, the studio ain't cheap, production ain't cheap,
Hmm.
and they're struggling. What advice would you give them from your own experience that would make them go keep that hustle alive?
I mean, you gotta just find what works for you.
Mm,
Like I can only speak from my experience. Like I can't tell a young person to do
yeah,
anything. I just would tell them, find what works for you. If you can't afford the studio, try to find a homie that got a studio in his crib or something, or save up with a bunch of your homies and buy the equipment and learn how to record. You know, Majority of the thing is like I had another interview and I said this, like my issue before was me being in my own way. I had to get out of my own way. And that sometimes that's the only thing that's keeping us from getting us where we need to go.
yeah,
So I would say like just find what works for you, man. It's not rocket science. You just gotta apply yourself and actually wanna make it happen. And it's possible.
Man,
Like I said, like they could, you could take my story. Like I said, I didn't have the money to record,
yeah,
but I had to save up. And if I had to ask my aunts or my mom or whoever, like, yo, let me get $75, let me get 100. I want to buy a mic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would like to think that they would support that. It beats you being in
yeah,
the streets and doing something stupid. It keeps you in the crib and being creative.
I get that,
Yeah.
man.
So that's what it is.
Man, that's like that is insightful. That is actually insightful. And for young upcoming artists, hey, you got an advice from a dub right there, man. So what is the
Yeah.
next GOAT move you're about to make? Like what is your next 2020 big come up coming? Are you dropping an EP? Are you going on like what's the next move for Dubora that people should
Right now, I'm working on an EP. I'm just figuring out, what's missing, the concrete track list and things of that nature. And definitely some merch coming. We want to hopefully, this world opens up and we do want to go on tour. Like
Yeah,
there's
I
been
like
people
that, man.
from Canada hitting me about coming out there, like people like yourself from the UK. So, I kind of want to touch those grounds as well. But branding and making and keeping my face out there and modeling. I've done some modeling before. Just a bunch of different things. Like I don't really want to put a ceiling on myself. I just want to keep expanding and doing everything that I know I can do.
Man, that's the thing, man. I feel like the type of person you've told me you are, and as a creative, I see many directions. I don't know. I see many
Hmm.
directions coming. You could be even in a movie for all I know. Like you could be taking part
Yeah,
as a
that's
creative.
that's that's
That's
something that I want to get into as well. Like I take some acting classes and be standing next to
okay, man.
The Rock or
Oh,
something
okay,
in one of them Kevin Hart movie. I don't know, something. I
man.
don't
What?
know, but yeah, that's something that
That
I
is
want to
it.
attack as well.
Yeah, man. I could definitely see you in the Kevin Hart movie. But I don't know. I've seen like even in Denzel
Yeah,
movie for some reason, man. You can bring that energy, like you know how his movies
that,
sometimes are light,
Denzel,
but it
that's
goes
that's a high
serious.
bar, man. But
That's the
I'm
thing.
with
You can
it.
bring that seriousness, man. I don't know which movie it
Yeah,
was when he was just an undercover cop or something. Even in that movie, I feel
Training Day.
yeah, I feel like man, you could definitely pull up roles like that, like it's nothing,
Yeah,
man.
I'm with it, man. Like I'm with it. I'm always down for a challenge, and
Hey,
I'm
man.
like I said, I want to keep expanding the brand. I don't want to just be, rap is just a stepping stone. You can't rap forever. So,
Yeah,
you kind of got to strike while the iron's hot and create this brand that you can live off forever. So whether it be modeling, movies, whatever it is, like
yeah, man.
I'm with it.
Could we see something in the works like Nipsey Hussle, how he's decided, to extend his brand through his motto, "The marathon continues." Could we see something like that as well from a person like you?
Yeah, most definitely. Like I don't like whoever's watching this, like I post Nipsey like every day, and it's because our stories were pretty parallel. Like they weren't exactly the same, but there's many things that like I've seen myself in him.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of things that he's done and he's executed that I've always dreamed about doing. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
like I've always been innovative. Even when it comes down to like even like style. Like even with what we wearing. If somebody
yeah,
is wearing something, we probably would be like, "No, I ain't wearing that." Like
yeah,
everybody is on that, we're gonna go this way. If somebody is using this director for a video, like I'm gonna go over here and use this one. Like I always wanted to maintain my individuality and stay myself. So most definitely, like I want to get into the tech as well. Like I know a lot about the computers. I've been on computers since I was a child. Like I said, recording myself since
yeah.
12 years old. So, there's many things like,
Man, that's
hell
true, man. Nipsey's touched a lot of people's heart, even mine. I like I was a big fan of it, and when he passed out, I was like, I don't know how to represent him. Then just did a tattoo, That's what I did. I just got a tat just to,
Yeah,
I couldn't go see the brother's grave or anything, but I'm like, yo, might as well
yeah.
just honor
Nah,
him
it's so crazy
somewhere.
because I did a freestyle. Um, I'm not sure the year. I want to say like 2008, 9, and it was to his "Hustle in the House" song,
Oh,
and I named it "Aura in the House," and he had followed me off that freestyle, and we would DM very lightly on Twitter, and we was in Atlanta one year, and I bumped into him in the lobby of our hotel, and he acknowledged me. He was like, "Yo, what up?" Like he had came, like stopped and came, like from like walked around his boys and
yeah,
came to me to speak and like shook my hand. He was like, "Nah, we gonna get up," and that was like something that I was always looking forward to. Like, yo, when I'm at this level and when the time is right, we'll get in that room and had that conversation that I've always wanted to
yeah,
have. Just as far as like, just like a meeting of the minds, picking each other's brains and learning new things from each other. Like that was something that I was always looking forward to. A lot of people don't know that. Like they see me posting him and it's like, but
nah,
he
man,
definitely was a
nah,
big
yeah,
inspiration for me and still is. He still is a big inspiration for me. I
man.
still, yeah,
The marathon continues, bro. The marathon
100%,
continues for sure.
100%.
So was that like, before I conclude, was that your, how one time, I don't know which sports star was it? Was it LeBron when he came across MJ and he said, I saw black Jesus? Was that the moment when you saw black Jesus? Like which person when you met in your life and you're like, dang, I'm just starstruck right now.
Honestly, like I don't starstruck. I want to say the only time I've ever got starstruck
Because you met the great Nick.
was probably, yeah. But all right, I'm gonna say the only time I was starstruck was with Cam. Now I'm gonna tell you why.
All right.
Like my whole upbringing, you got to remember, like we from Harlem, and,
Oh yeah,
and
man.
and and when I was able to actually understand the music and the whole energy around it, 2001, 2002, Dipset was on fire. Everything was Dipset. Like we wanted to dress like them. We wanted to, talk like them. Everything. They was super, super influential. So that moment where I go to Cam house and he's like, "Dub, what up, Dub?" I was like, "Oh shit, that's Cam." Like in
Oh
my mind,
man.
like it's so crazy because like he don't even know that story. Like me being in his house, I remember signing into my MySpace and my email was the Harlem Diplomat at yahoo.com.
Yeah.
And like I was like 17 years old, like trying to hide the computer. Like, damn, I don't want him to see my email. He think I'm like a fan or something.
Yeah.
But that's like the only time I think I was starstruck, like because it was
Yeah.
almost like, yo, am I really here? Like this is somebody that I've been watching forever. And I've always like visioned myself being that new young guy from Dipset at that time, like me
Mhm.
at 12, 13, 14, I wanted to be the new Dipset guy. So the fact that he liked my music and was like, "Yo, come record whatever." I was just like, "Damn, that's crazy." When I
Man.
when I met Nip, I was a little older. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was like it wasn't a starstruck thing. I already was on this journey, and we was already moving. We actually was in Atlanta for music, so we was moving around at that time as well. So it wasn't starstruck, but it was definitely somebody I was looking forward to meeting again.
Oh man, that's like dope, man. How you met Cam? Like, dang, man, Cam, where you at, bro?
Yeah.
Where you? He needs to come out, man. Either you need to bring him his behind, cause everyone been talking about the brother, and the brother's just silent, man. It's like Andre
Yeah.
3000. What's the deal with Andre? The man needs to
Yeah,
come up,
man.
man. But
Hmm.
man, it has been a pleasure talking to you, bro. I hope we can have another one some other time. But for now, if you have any message for the UK audience, any plugs, I give you the stage.
Thank you, man. First and foremost, thank you, man. This has been a dope interview. Yeah, shout out to UK. I hope I could come out there sometime soon. Follow me Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Dub Aura, DUBAURA. Stream the new singles that's out, New Ways, Notorious featuring Davies. Um, Yeah, man, I'm just out here. I'm down to work with any UK artist, you know, long as it's dope shit, and we on the same type of wavelength, and we could, you know, create some dope shit. I'm with it, you know. So, yeah, man, stay tuned. I got some good shit coming, man.
Bless up, my G. Bless up.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Thank
guys,
you
see
again.
y'all later.